Yeah, welcome back to DXB Today. They often say that sports and politics don't go hand in hand, but sports and business sure do. Business and sport under the microscope right here on DXB Today. Next up, we talk to the Middle East Sports Business Network, a new community designed for sports business industry professionals to connect, collaborate, and of course, to support one another. With me now is one of their co-founders, Stephen Whitley. Steve, thanks so much indeed for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
So, what's the kernel? What's the idea behind this? What was that eureka moment for you when you said, okay, we could turn this into something a little bit bigger?
Yeah, good question. Thanks for opening with that. So I worked for a British law firm for my day job, and recently we established a sports and entertainment offering. And I was attending a number of conferences, and at those conferences I was interacting with people who came from all different walks of life but connected to the world of sports. And I asked them, and this was my research, are a central network or society which connects you, whether you're a civil engineer involved in building stadiums, an events organizer, an athlete, a promoter, whatever that might be. And all of them said no. I said, would you like to be involved in something central? And they all said yes. So I said, well, I'll set something up. So initially I started this last year and set up a WhatsApp group of 20 people which had 3 former athletes, PR people. And what I noticed across that WhatsApp group, people were connecting with each other and saying, oh, I'm doing an event with, I need a connection at the Abu Dhabi Sports Council. And 5 people would DM them and say, who do you need to speak to? And that was my proof of concept. So I could see this needed to go to the next level, but acknowledged that it would be very difficult for me to do that myself. So I reached out to the people on the WhatsApp group, which was only 20 people, and said, would anyone like to get involved and help? And that's where my 2 co-founders, Becky Dunn-Schuker and Amanda Fox-Pryke, jumped on board and said, we'd love to help. And they've just accelerated the business from where we were, which was a small WhatsApp group, to a community now where we've had 2 events. We've got 2 events coming up for the remainder of the year, and an events calendar already taking shape for 2025.
Fantastic. I love the way you've got the whole 360 degrees of building your dream team and the different assignments when it comes to different sports industries. What about agencies, like sports agents? Do you go down that route as well? Have you got that?
Yeah, I mean, the community is literally open to anyone who has any touch point with sports. And the way we're setting this up is we don't want to be directing it as the 3 founders. We want to involve the community. So we're setting up founder memberships and inviting the founder members to get involved and help us direct the direction of the sports network. So it's very much community driven, and the strategy is community driven as well.
That's going to ring true with you, Sahel.
Steve, this sounds really interesting. Look, I own a pro football club. For anybody else in the sports space who wants to, get into that network, to meet scouts, agents, we want to build a facility soon, to get involved with sponsors, how can they actually join this network and be part of it?
Oh, thank you, Sahel. It's a great question. It's very straightforward. If you go to www.mesbn.net, simply register on the website, and then you'll get automatically notified of all of our events that are coming up. And the event, we've just had an event at the Brain and Performance Centre. At the end, we had the Whitty machine in there to test reactions. I think I was the slowest in the reactions. I don't know if you know Seth Amoafo up in Abu Dhabi. He was top of the table. We had a VR set there, which is used by Premier League clubs for people who are injured to improve their cognitive performance. And we also had one of our founder members from Equilibrium who has somehow, and it's way beyond my understanding, but in a cell phone built technology that if you hold the cell phone and jump up, it reads all of your vitals, something that was normally a week in a hospital with probes connected to your body. So the way tech is advancing, and that was the subject of our event this morning, the convergence of tech and performance.
This is incredible. So it's a bit of a full circle moment, because we've got Sahel, who's a founder of a sports team right here in Dubai, and we've got yourself, Stephen, who built a community for sports founders. So what would be your advice to people that may have a passion for sports, even if they might not be an athlete, and think there's a business there, but just don't know where to start? What would you say to them?
Well, I'm a bit biased, but we're aiming the network. We've got different tiers. We'd like to see everyone from students to founders like Sahel be part of it, and we'll tailor the network to support those people. So I think the obvious answer from the founder of the network is to get involved and register.
And Sahel, what would be your advice?
My advice, like Steve said, I think one of the most valuable things is putting yourself into the energy and the environment where you want to grow. So if that's going around people who have already done it, I think that's one of the fastest ways to accelerate. But whatever idea you have, whatever passion it is, just go for it. Too many people think too much. Cool to do some planning, cool to do some thinking, but execute. Start taking action, and if you have a support system around you, that will speed up that process.
But isn't it, that's the whole core of the matter? I think what struck me about what both of you are doing is a lot of people think sport and competition. It's the nature of sport, isn't it? And so you don't want to share your ideas with them in case they get one step on you, but collaboration can be so much more beneficial than competition. I might coin that one.
Oh,
That's a really good one, actually.
Made a mental note.
By the way, especially in a city like Dubai, I came here 2 years ago. Everybody I talk to, they want to work together.
Yeah.
There's so much opportunity left and right. Find the people who vibrate at similar energy, they have similar passions, and we can do so much big things together.
On that note, Stephen, when is the next event? When's the next get-together and community?
So we're doing something with DP World Tour and HSBC for the Abu Dhabi Championships on the 7th of November. This one is restricted in terms of numbers, but that's our next event. And hopefully we're doing something with World Rugby at the Coca-Cola Arena on the 28th of November. That's still in discussion, but we're 98% there.
Okay, thank you very much, Stephen. It's
pleasure.
been a pleasure. I'll probably see you at one of those events for sure.
Oh, I hope so.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Cheers.